Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. It's going to be a very short cricket show today because there's not much to really talk about, just going through some cricket news. Well, as far as the cricket news is concerned, I'm going to start off with some very important cricket news which is coming in, and that was the coming in from Australia, where the Australian batsman Adam Voges, who he's 37 years of age, and he actually got his baggy green, basically making his debut at the age of 35, and the year in which he made his debut, he really made it count, absolutely slamming centuries and double centuries, and he had a Bradman-esque average of almost like 100 per innings. Such was his total dominance. I mean, he started off, the first match he played against the West Indies at Dominica, he made an unbeaten 130. Yes, he definitely didn't do well in the Ashes tour of England, but nevertheless, with other teams, he really had a very nice time. He scored a century against New Zealand at the WACA in Perth. Then it was a monumental 269 that he scored against the West Indies in Hobart, and then he also scored a double century against New Zealand in Wellington. And his average after 15 tests was standing at 95.50. It was a Bradman-esque average, one could say. After that, when he went to Sri Lanka, he had a bad series against Sri Lanka. As you know, Australia definitely struggled there against Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. And also, when South Africa came, as you know, Australia made some wholesale changes where they decided to bring in the youth, and that was the time Adam Voges was found wanting and he was gone. And looking at his career graph that he played, it was simply 2015, the year in which he made his debut, and then he was absolutely on a roll. And the reason I'm speaking about Adam Voges today, he's retiring with a very, very high average. His batting average, as I said, after 15 tests was 95.50, and he's retiring with a very high average. He's just 37 years of age, and he has decided that enough is enough. In fact, today, as you know, Sri Lanka, as you know, are in Australia right now, and they're going to play. In my opinion, they're going to be three T20. A T20 series is going to be played, where the Australians definitely, the main core Australians are already there in India. So definitely, Adam Voges. The Australian team will be very weakened. It will be a very weak team. But Adam Voges is actually captaining. Today will be his last game. He has said his days as an international cricketer are over. So basically, this is going to be his last match in his career, and that is he'll be leading the Prime Minister's 11 against the visiting Sri Lankans in Canberra. That match is just about to begin. I would say yes, that is something which is going to happen. So I just wanted to start off with this news by saying that Adam Voges, who came into the Australian side at a very, very elder age, I would say, of 37. And that's it. It's all over at 35, I reckon, but it's all over for Adam Voges. He has decided to hang up his boots. And I think what he did is also pretty much justified, because the Australian cricket is looking forward right now. Adam Voges has not been selected for the India tour as well. So now I think it's about time that Australia really have some real good youngsters who can actually pave the way for the Australian dominance which has happened in the past. Now, the other thing, as I said, the Australians are in India right now, and Australia has come to India, and one is one. the Australian record in India has been very, very dismal. I mean, if you look at it, I'm told that it's probably. I'm just trying to look at my records here to see that whether I can really say that, because Australia are definitely hunting for a win, and as you know, the only series win that Australia have had in India, beating India in 48 years, just one series win that the Aussies have had. So you could just imagine how tough the Aussies have been finding India. So, and especially considering the fact that Indians are on an absolute roll right now, and they are the ones who are really waiting for the Aussies to come. And this is going to be the real test for India. I mean, India, as I said, has been in a great role. They decimated, they demolished England, they demolished New Zealand. They got the one-off test into their bag. 19 tests for Virat Kohli without a single defeat. Now Virat Kohli would definitely like to keep that, and you know, Indo-Aussie matches would be very, very interesting. There's no doubt about it. And Stephen Smith and his team would be under definitely a lot of pressure. As I said, there's only one series win that has happened for the Aussies as far as India is concerned. So they definitely know that. Smith, after landing in India, has made a statement saying that he is dreaming of an unexpected victory in India. So now, definitely one knows it's not going to be easy. It's going to be extremely impossible. But well, it is cricket. Anything can happen anytime. But definitely, I think the Aussies would be trying to go full tilt at India here. And as you know, Indians are definitely very, very strong at home. They've already shown that. And now whether the Indians can once again do something that they did to England against Australia. What a wonderful series we are going to have between India and Australia, which is coming up. And India have actually named the team, and they have an unchanged team for the first two tests. So basically, the team that did duty, I reckon, against Bangladesh. I'm just trying to see whether the information that I'm giving is a real, real pure information here. Let's have a look at the team. So India have named an unchanged 16-man squad for the first two tests of the series against Australia. You know, the first test starts on 23rd of February in Pune. Well, India still have a lot of injury problems going on, and despite that, it definitely says a lot about the Indian talent here. Rohit Sharma is injured and he is not there in the mix. Fast bowler Mohammad Shami is not there. Leg spinner Amit Mishra is still recovering from the injury, and you know, Amit Mishra can play a big role in test matches, no doubt about it. Even though the spin twins Jadeja and Ashwin are always there. So definitely it's something that India should be really proud about. There's a lot of healthy competition. Now Abhinav Mukund is still there in the mix. I mean, he didn't play against Bangladesh, but he's still there in the 16 that has been retained for the series, the first two test matches against Australia. They also included Kuldeep Yadav, the Chinaman bowler, probably keeping him like a surprise packet against the Aussies, which I think is the right way to go. The other news which is coming in, as I said, the Pakistan Super League has really got into some real hot water. Now, as you know, the Shahjeel Khan and Khalid Latif were provisionally suspended, and now comes a news coming in which is not at all good, I would say. Nasir Jamshed has been arrested too by the investigation team. So now that is not really good news for the Pakistan Super League. It has been absolutely marred by these happenings, I would say. The news which is there, which I can share with you, is that, as you know, England are going to be touring the West Indies tour. I think it's one day international that they're going to play. And David Willey, the very wonderful one-day specialist bowler, especially with the new ball, he's very lethal. Has been ruled out of that West Indies tour due to a shoulder operation. And other than that, I'm just trying to see whether there is any other news that I could really share. As I said, it's a very short cricket show. There's nothing to really talk about. As I said, it was Adam Voges, the Australian batsman who was retired. So that really says it all as far as today's cricket show goes. And that's it from me, your host Ram, for this evening. And it's good night.